Welcome back to episode 2 of putting old Paxton back together. I hope you guys enjoyed that last video, and Paxton is still super clean. As I've been driving, I have noticed that the brakes on Paxton are less than desirable. I checked the fluid and I filled it up, topped it up, and everything is pretty good there. It seemed to be maybe leaking, but I was able to tighten a few things and I think that has stopped now. But I'm going to go ahead and rebuild the calipers and also replace the brake pads, and hopefully that will fix our issue. So that is what we're going to do today. So let's get these wheels off, get those calipers off, get the new pads put on, and get those calipers rebuilt best we can. Let's go. Alright, so here's what it's looking like brake-wise down here. Of course, this is just the front right. I haven't got all the rest of the tires off yet. As you can see, the calipers look, like they're from '88. Probably are. I'm pretty sure these are the original calipers. I could go ahead and get new ones. They were going to be around $300 to get all 4 new ones. And I could have got used ones, but then I'd be back in the same boat. So I figured, why not just spend like 15 bucks on some spray paint, take everything apart. I can test them to make sure they're still working. And if they're working, I mean, they were built for this car. I'm sure they'll be fine. I'll replace the pads, take them off, fix them up, make them look nice, and they should look good as new. So it's time to get this brake caliper off. I'm going to do this on all 4 sides, and we'll get these looking fantastic. I got the first caliper off. I'm going to repeat those same processes for the rest of them. I'm not going to show that part. If you've never seen how a brake caliper works, this is a really cool way to show. Watch in here for the piston to shoot out. It's kind of a cool trick. It's pretty neat. This one works. Alright, I was able to get the brake caliper pretty clean. It looks pretty nice. So I have to get to this step with the rest of the 3 calipers. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll move on to painting. Okay, taking a bit of a break from the calipers, I think I am going to go ahead and remove these rotors and get them remachined. I think it should be pretty simple. It's just a couple bolts right in here, and they should just slide right off. Okay, I got the rotor off, as you can see right there. It was kind of complicated and I couldn't really find any videos on it, so I had to make it up as I went along. Since I've never done this before, it was kind of tricky for me. I'm sure anybody that has done it will figure it out super quick, but let me try to explain it to you. So this piece sits on top of the rotor like so. There's this piece that sits right here and it'll screw into this piece right here. And then there's this cap that sits on top of that. What you do is you take a flathead screwdriver and you're going to press on the sides here, and eventually this will pop off. And then you'll have to come in here, and this should align perfectly with this hole. You're going to get an Allen that fits that piece right there. Unscrew it, and that will untighten it. Then you can screw this off, which will allow you to take off the rotor. It's pretty simple once you know how to do it. And I'll try to show a little bit better in the time lapse on the next one. So I gotta get the rest of them off, then I'm gonna take them to get machined, and we're gonna get back to work on the calipers. Also, forgot to mention, I'm going to be taking this nice cowl piece off that fits on right here. I'm gonna be cleaning it and repainting it, making it look a lot nicer. Alright, I got the fronts and backs completely taken off. The fronts are different than the backs, and I'm just saying this for myself. These are the backs, those are the fronts. I'm going to get everything super cleaned, then we're going to get the calipers painted and these little cowls, or whatever you want to call them. We'll probably do these black, and then I got some really nice caliper red paint that I'm going to paint the calipers. So it's time to get everything cleaned. While I'm waiting on paint to dry on the calipers and everything else I've got going over there, I figured I could cover everything up in this area and go ahead and start on the undercoating. I've got some right here. Got around 4 cans, should be enough to do all 4 fenders. I did the same exact stuff on George and it turned out fantastic. So we're gonna do the same steps on the underside here and it should look great. Let's get started. Alright, so here's the old one, what it used to look like. Here's with the freshly painted undercoating. It makes such a huge difference for this under area here. You can even tell standing back, and even when the wheels are on, you can see the difference. It's amazing! Super simple, but it makes a huge difference. So I'm gonna repeat that process on all 3 of the other wheel fenders, and it's gonna look great. We just got the rotors back. These came out great. It's time to get everything for the brakes reinstalled and looking fantastic. I got everything cleaned up and looking great for when I put in the shocks. That video will be coming out soon. It's time to get everything for the brakes on the fronts, the backs, both sides put back together so we can have Paxton back on the ground. Let's go. And just like that, we've got everything reassembled. I would show you everything with the tire off, but we're working on another project, so we've got them lifted right now. You can see the new red shiny calipers and the freshly cleaned rotors back there. And we tested the brakes, we bled them. Everything is super strong and working great. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.